Well, it's still cold out there and it's still not that warm in here, but thanks for tuning in and welcome back to the shop. This is our 2013 Mitsubishi Fuso FG that I'm slowly turning into an Overland camper. Over the last couple of episodes, I've been working on the system that's going to lift our bed. We now have the bottom brackets to hold the pneumatic cylinders. The upper brackets to hold the pneumatic cylinders are now glued to the wall. And we have a roller system on the top of each pneumatic cylinder. Today I'll be working on the pieces that connect these together so that when the cylinders go up, so does the bed frame. Now that the upper cylinder mounts are glued to the wall, we can put the cylinders in place and they are nice and snug. That is not going anywhere. And in the last episode, I made rollers for the tops of the air cylinders. Now the key to the air cylinders being able to lift the bed frame is with the 1-inch nylon webbing strap. And that means we need to connect the 1-inch nylon webbing strap to the top of the cylinder. These 3D printed parts that I made are the key to holding this together. And some of you are probably thinking, I don't think that's going to be strong enough. And they probably are, but it is entirely possible and I'd rather not have these break. So step one, I'm going to make a stainless steel top plate to cover the back two holes where the nylon webbing wraps around and gets secured. Effectively, what I'm making here is a really wide double hold washer. Now I have this piece of old stainless, it's clearly old, that I think is exactly what I need to get this job done. To start with, I'm going to cut a strip off the side of this old stainless. Once I have the strip cut off, I'll cut into the edges for 2 square notches. With the edges cut, I'll use a flat disc to remove the material between the notches to end up with a bone or eye-shaped piece that fits the top of the block. And lastly, I'll put the bolt holes in. I've only made one, but it's too cold for my fingers out here, so I'm going back inside there. For the last couple of days, the temperatures here have been really cold. It's been minus 26 to minus 30. So the temperature in my shop has actually gone down lower than I think it's ever been. It's about minus 5 in my shop, but inside the truck with my heater running, we're between 6 and 8 degrees, which is a lot nicer on the fingers. Now I think with the way this is going to go together, I can use this stainless plate to actually secure the strap as well as stiffen the plastic. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to form a loop in the strap that passes over this plate. If I slide the plate over to where the mounting holes are, and then pull all the slack out of the strap. It's not the most easy thing to do, but when I tighten these bolts down, that should allow everything to be secure and tight, and I don't think we'll get any slippage in the strap here. If I do notice that it is slipping, I can always sew the loop in the strap, feed it back through, and clamp it down with the plate. So we've got the plate in here with the bolts going through and the strap wrapped around. I'm going to slip this down over top. Now this is a very, very tight fit, tight enough that it's difficult to get back off again. So I need to make sure we get everything lined up when it pops on. I may actually need to back the bolts out, but this is kind of a... Hope it goes together properly the first time because it's not easy to get back apart. But after a bit of fiddling around and slowly tightening each bolt, I managed to get the whole assembly down tight. Now with the strap secured, we can install one of the roller assemblies on top. Starting with the aluminum plate and clevis, and then pop the roller wheel in and tighten the axle bolt. Then I can slip the cylinder into place on the base and on the wall bracket. Now you can see the strap will come over top of the roller. So next, we have to attach this strap to the bed frame. And to do that, I'm going to make an L-shaped bracket out of this steel angle. And while I'm at it, I'll cut a few more. These brackets will get bolted to the T-slot extrusion that makes up the bed frame. And then the strap can run down around the bottom. And then we'll have some adjustment up here so that we can do some fine tuning. So with a couple of holes in the bracket and some hammer nuts and bolts, we can give it a test fit. Now, the nice thing about hammer nuts is they are designed to go in the track and then turn, which means you don't have to have an open end to the track. And the easiest way to put these in is to actually pre-assemble them and then push it into place. Once you push it into place, you just tighten the bolts and the hammer nuts turn to lock on the back of the track. Now, I don't want to tighten these 100% of the way because I need to slide it into position. Now you can see the strap will come down behind the bracket on the bed and then wrap up the front, and we'll have an adjuster up here to take up the slack. And before I bolt that bracket in place, let me take it off and show you where this would end up with the cylinder all the way up. For simplicity's sake, I've just folded the strap over and taped it, but this would end up being an adjuster buckle. So I've taken the bracket off the side of the bed frame. I've also pulled the rubber plugs out of the ports where the air goes in so that we can freely move the cylinder. If you watch the green tape stripe, effectively when we put air in the cylinder, that's going to go up. Our green tape stripe is up here, and you can see the bracket would now be sitting here, so our bed frame will be pretty far up. Now we're going to have a mattress on top of this, and it's probably going to be thicker than that. So we got more than enough stroke to get the bed up to the top. And then as we release the air, that tape's not that strong. The weight of the bed will pull back down and retract the cylinder all the way down. That's the plan anyway. Are you enjoying this content? I hope so. Consider this. You probably send a whole bunch of money every month to cable or satellite providers for them to send you a whole bunch of content that you don't really watch. Now, did you know that it takes me between 4 and 6 hours to create one of these short little episodes, and it costs you absolutely nothing because YouTube is free? Here's your opportunity to help support the creation of content like this by scanning this QR code, and instead of sending your money off to some huge company that sends you a whole bunch of junk, you can send a little bit of money to a guy who makes something that you want to watch. Thanks. Now let's get back inside the box where it's a little bit warmer. As I mentioned, these brackets are steel, which means I'll need to paint them before final assembly. That I can't do with the temperature in my shop, so let's just consider this a temporary install. I'm also going to put a small notch in the bottom so that when the strap wraps around, it doesn't have the ability to slide off the side. And I'm going to 3D print a small radius that'll slip over that so that the strap isn't being pulled around a sharp steel corner. Because let's just say over time, that probably wouldn't end well. Now, you may have noticed that these cylinders have an air port.
Yes, but which airport?
At the bottom and at the top. And that's because these are double acting cylinders, which means you can push them up and you can push them down with air. But as I mentioned earlier, I'll be using gravity to pull the bed back down, which means I only need to take one airline to each cylinder. But the air still needs to be able to get in and out of this top port. And we don't want dirt and debris going in there, so I'm just going to install one of these exhaust silencers on the top port of each cylinder. One of the reasons for this is because this port is directly behind the strap, and if I tried to bring an airline out here, it would be very difficult. Now, I could have rotated this so that the port was over here, but then we run into the bed frame. Since gravity can do 50% of the work for us, installing a small muffler in the top will get the job done. Check out the links in the video description to see what I use. On the bottom, we need to connect an airline, so I'll pop in one of these quick connect fittings. I'm going to trim some of the excess of this strap off. I'm going to leave it a little bit long for now so that I can make some adjustments and fine tune it later. But to start with, I know I need to go underneath that bracket and back up with enough room to get a buckle on. That knife's dull. A quick shot of flame to the end will stop the nylon webbing from unraveling. And just to get an idea of what it's going to look like finished, I'm going to throw a buckle on. Now, this is a 3D printed buckle. Now, this might not look like much, but it's got some pretty gnarly teeth that are printed into it. And I think this is stronger than what most people suspect. I would guess it probably has about half of the strength that I need here, so I could put 2 of them on, but I think I'm going to opt to get some stainless ones. I'm not going to be concerned with how strong they are. For now, this is going to do for a demo. I'm just forming a simple loop on the end of the line so that I can adjust it to get the exact length that I need, or try to. That was a lucky guess. Bracket attached to the bed frame, strap around the bracket, strap comes up over the roller and attaches to the back of the cylinder. What happens if we put air to it? Well, it's going to twist the bed frame because I haven't hooked the other ones up yet. But let's see what happens to the cylinder, and we'll maybe put a finger in the strap to see how it lifts. Now, I don't have an onboard air system yet, so I've just taken my air compressor and filled my air pig, and I have a little blowgun. I'm going to need to be pretty careful because this is not going to take a lot of air and it doesn't need a lot of pressure to go up, and I've got, 60 psi here. I probably need 6. I'm just gonna put my finger in the strap, give it a little bit of load so it doesn't shoot all the way up. Hopefully I don't break my finger. I'm gonna take the blowgun, stick it into the air fitting on the bottom, and as gentle a squeeze as I can. So that's the cylinder maxed out, and then hopefully I can, need another hand here. So now I've taken the blowgun out, and clearly it's just gonna come back down. Let's see if we can do a full cycle. I won't push this in quite as far. So air up, and no air, back down. Air up, no air, back down. I think that's gonna work. Should we try it on the corner of the bed? Let's see if we can go an inch. I gotta be super careful here because I don't want to rip this corner up and flip the bed frame over, but let's try. Tiniest bit of air. Bed goes up. Bed goes down.
Bed goes up, bed goes down.
Bed goes up. I said bed goes up. Bed goes down. Bed goes up. Bed goes down.
Bed goes up, bed goes down.
Now I've got to assemble the same thing 3 more times, and I think you kind of get the idea from seeing it done on this one. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, make sure you hit the thumbs up, hit the hype button if you see it. Don't forget to check out the links in the video description. Hit subscribe. Most importantly, don't forget to come back next time. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you then.